Hi, I'm Sam Portland and welcome to Coach Portland TV. I am a #1 speed fanatic, and having worked at the highest level of sport for the last decade, coaching athletes from the NFL, England rugby, Premiership rugby, you name it, we've done it. I am here to bring you tips, tricks, but also show you the journey that I'm on myself. I'm an author, a speaker, and just overall lover of sharing the good word of speed. So I hope you enjoy the journey.
Good morning. Week 2, day 1 of lower body. The beginning of the week, I did a 40-minute cycle, which was cool. Hamstring cramped a little bit off of that, but it's all right. Yesterday, did beastly upper body session, getting a lot of volume back in the shoulder, which is nice. And then today is the first day I'm going to test out some lower body stuff. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Very isolated movements, nothing knee flexion based. Okay, nothing knee flexion based, because that's where it's going to give me the most issue. But I'm going to do some isos and stuff in the warm up, just give that tendon some love and some load. Been doing stim, so EMS work to keep firing going, and I've also been still doing passive occlusion. So, you know, doing a lot of work around the work, but now it's time to get to work. I really want to get a big old leg pump and be sore as shit for a couple of days. That would just be amazing. But yeah, it's time to get it.
So now we're in the gym. I'm trying to find a space to do the trunk work that I've been introducing. So lots of hip disassociation work, some basic bridging, as you can see, and some good old-fashioned McGill work. Finishing up with a bit of a side plank, a bit of a front plank, just getting the body moving, getting everything activated again, and just, you know, trying to be a good guy with a strong core ultimately. Then, funny story, I didn't really know how to use the leg press, so I wasn't doing it full range, but then we started to, and I hit some 20 reps sets, which was very wobbly. Then I moved into some leg extensions, 3 sets of 20 again, just high volume, just getting some blood moving through the knee, and they suck. Which I'm not looking forward to keeping in my program, but I do need to build some additional mass around my knees, which I'm looking forward to just isolate and keep that hyperextension mechanism at bay. Yeah, and it was pretty wobbly, as you can tell. Then we just did some good old-fashioned marriage savers, 3 sets of 20 again, 100 kilos, just really driving through the hip. I didn't do anything knee flexion because it would really aggravate it, as I tried. Back in another day, did lowers yesterday, which you saw, and I've got my little gym buddy with me today. Say hello to YouTube. We got leg circuits today. I'm going to try and film it, but I'll write it up. As you know, public gyms, they suck, and weird people are in them, so I'm not too sure what I'll do, but time to get after it. So I'd just like to take a moment and point out that epic can from my girlfriend Emma, and then telling me that she just did it. Very funny. Good to have her around. Great in the gym. Hitting some 4-way cable hip, just to local muscle endurance, adductors, abductors. Obviously I'm not doing a lot of weight, so that pin's causing me a few issues. But I really like this. Look, you see there, tested it, hip extension, just didn't like it. Just really didn't like it. But this is great, and it's a staple. I used to have a 4-way hip machine in my gym, and I loved it. So I'll be building on this in ways in which, and I'll show you how to really strengthen the hip in those 4 planes of motion. And the hip flexor, lots of cross core work here, but now this is the beast. You can see where the hamstring tore. You can see there the bleed, and just getting some contraction through it, out of range, and that was fun. Now straight into the circuit, here we go. It's 5 times through this time, 10 reps of each, starting with Hindu squats and no rest. So we do Hindu squats, then into that RDL, working through the hip hinge, which was problematic in itself. Then split squats, just working through those range, 10 reps each side. And these just aren't fun. You know, it's 5 times through, no rest. And what we're trying to do is really overload the tissues of the working structures in the limb. A really underutilized tool in rehab. Finished with 20 calf raises, and it's 5 times through, and it took me about 20 minutes. Not fun, but worth it.
So we have a result. Didn't even have to have my scan today, which was amazing. I just saw Dean at Sussex, osteo and physio. Awesome, great practitioner, real smart dude. So if you're this way, then get to see him if you've got any problems. Gave me a few things. The good thing is he said I got lucky, really lucky, having a look at the knee, because the hyperextension was more the problem. The hamstrings are like a grade 1, which is great, but there's the hyperextension in the knee. And then also I absolutely destroyed my pelvis, completely jarring it. And kind of like there's that, when I landed on my back from about 6 foot in the air, that probably just shut everything down, and the nerves, and just, you know, loose hypothesis, but makes sense. Fills me with a lot of confidence, which is great. And got a few bits of proprioception and stuff like that to get in, but I'm going to show you that in my next workout, and we'll get cracking. Let's go. We're going to get this now.
So coming into the Saturday morning session, it's feeling a bit ropey, but we started off with some neural drive patterns and then hit the ISOs again. The neural drive stuff is great because it helps with the proprioception. My knee for the hyperextension just feels like it's not working at the moment. It's a bit ropey. So we got to really tune that in, but then getting these alternating hip bridge ISO holds in, very challenging. Just the whole system needs a bit of a reset. So just enjoying them, getting them in very frequently, usually daily, just opening up the body from that point. And then found my window to start hitting the specific strength stuff. A big mistake a lot of people make in rehab is get strong and then run, especially for team sports. Then we need to be working back from running, sprinting, and all those things as soon as possible. So here I'm looking to develop that specific strength and fight with a carpet in my ankle dominant movement. So we take this segment, so joint by joint approach, looking here at the ankle, just loading it up, some ISO, time under tension, bringing that foot closer so it's close to the center of mass, and working through there. And then, you know, we take it from the ankle, we move it into the knee. You can see I'm sizing up the surroundings. It's not the best, but we make it work. So we increase a little bit of a knee bend in here, and this completely changes the way that the body loads the system. And from here, like, my feet are just picking up loads of tension, and we're using stagger positions, single leg stagger positions, front and hind. So really opening up my body to this work. And I have to admit that these are very difficult, and something that if you've not done them will really challenge that specific strength for speed. And then to finish, some low level jumps, sets of 20. It was just 2 sets of just bounce work. I'm just feeling it, getting a bit of a wake up into the body, split stance again, and bilateral, and just making things happen. Really enjoying that session, and we'll start building on it as the weeks progress. Now my rehab done. Let me know if you want to see some of the upper body stuff, because I'm happy to drip feed that in as best as possible, because it does have quite a specific role in the rehab process. But hopefully you can see within the week the way that I'm loading. I'm keeping my steps quite high. I'm trying to be as active as possible, but I'm also incorporating a few other bits and pieces. You know, I am cycling a couple times a week. I'm getting out. I'm doing some of the recovery tools. So rolling. I've got my electromuscle stimulation. We've got some inclusion training as well. So there's a lot of other stuff going on, which I'll be doing a bit more of a detailed video of like how I'm building my rehab program, and where things are moving. But at the moment, hopefully you'll be able to see from week 1 to week 2, we've really taken a massive positive step, and I'm looking forward to going to the next level, moving in from today 14 to day 21. That's going to be a big step next week. But you know, some key KPIs that I'm working on. You know, that knee got rattled and the hamstring's all right. It's the knee that is the issue. So getting that proprioception back in, getting it feeling good, making sure I can load through knee flexion movements without pain is going to be a big thing to move forward to. But I'm looking forward to maybe even getting out on the track this week, doing some acceleration progressions, using the resisted sled like the pulley walks and stuff like that to really build myself forward. So the big lesson here in the rehab is that you can keep building things as close to the end result as possible, as long as you're willing to compromise a few things along the way. But effective rehab strategy is all about where do you want to finish and not where you're at. So I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please let me know in the comments if you want anything answered. I'm happy to do other videos, but that's week 2 of my rehab journey, and now it's time for me to go and have a roast dinner. So you have a great day and enjoy the rest of the videos.